So we're using, geez, what are we using to set that jQuery? Oh boy. One day away from the code, and oh boy is the first thing I say when I look at it. We're making a website. I don't know what that's going to look like yet. So I guess we should just get into this. Oh, that looks so cool. That's what's about to happen. It's hacking time. Yeah, baby. We got it. Let's get into it because I don't have a ton of time. I think we're gonna get rid of the token thing for now, just to get it out of the design. So we need a little page here that's gonna say how to earn the points. And what I'm thinking is I kind of want it to be like really simple, just to say, okay, there are points that you can get, and this is the way you get them. Right? Like let me just list this out a little bit. So how to get the points. Through the extension, there's ways to get points by participating on Twitch, and by participating on Discord, you can get points. I want to make sure we can give points to guys that do bug tracking for us. So maybe that could be another piece by helping us launch products ? So in the extension, we are on dangerous territory with the extension. We were originally going to make it so you could watch YouTube. We would track your YouTube watch time, and depending on your watch time, we would award points based on this. YouTube doesn't explicitly say don't do that, but I feel like YouTube's going to explicitly say we're going to ban your account because of that. So we're going to avoid that whole situation and just say the extension awards a chance at points daily. Could be 1 to 1,000 points plus a jackpot. Jackpot increases by 1 for every spin. Every day you can open the extension and spin a wheel that determines a prize. Oh boy, that'll be crazy. All right. So by participating on Twitch, what I'd prefer to do is just manual rewards issued by a moderator. Probably should say rewards can be issued for being helpful. That seems about okay to me. So by participating on Discord, it's again, manual rewards issued by a staff member. I think we could do manual rewards issued by a member via thanks, which would just give 1 point per thank. Let's just do, for helping us launch products, submitted bugs when accepted equal some amount of points. One of the big things we have trouble with here is promotions. So if I go on Twitter, this is the problem. I post a thing onto Twitter, like here's a video that we shot, right? And I have no followers. I have like the tiniest amount of followers. I would love to be able to say like, hey, could you guys please go hit these buttons and help promote this some way or another. I just don't know exactly how to pull that off. But a big thing is like some sort of promo, like could make points for the interactions be relative to the total number of followers. Ooh, how would you give me an example? Would you say like, if you have 10,000 followers and you tweet, we'll give you 100 points or something, or 1,000 points? Okay. So let's see. Promo rewards based on some scale. But I don't want people, what I don't want to have happen is I don't want a system where somebody can just keep smacking buttons and making points occur. because I don't want to be in a spot where I'm like, guys, yeah, I can't afford to pay out these 500 t-shirts that this one guy earned in a week. Instagram people promo on Instagram for YouTube stuff? Is that for real? For real? Reddit? Yeah, Reddit's a big one. I'll give you 1 point or 10 points per upvote. Those are worth a lot. Those are worth a ton, man. Maybe cap it out. Do like a logical cap. I used to do stuff where we would pay influencers for posting, and like, look, you don't want to be paying more than $50 for a post for pretty much anybody. God, Instagram is so worthless. No, I don't. A buck for that. So these are all promo rewards, right? This isn't so much about interaction. This is about getting our links out there and things like that. I would cap that out low too. Cap it 1,000. And same thing with Twitter. I think Twitter has to cap lower, but Reddit. Oh, hold on. This is the cap is per post. We'd allow you to gain 10 points per upvote. So if you had 500 upvotes, you would get 5,000 points. But if you had 1,000 upvotes, you'd get 5,000 points. Does that make sense? So it's just per post. So you come in here, you say, hey, I posted this thing. We look at it a day later and you say, okay, that was my post. And okay, there's your points. All right, let's think about how this will look. So we'll have these 3 big pieces. Manual. Okay. And then we have this second sort of tier that's a little more subjective. Granted, this stuff is all subjective, but this is even more so. The old-fashioned invite scheme for new apps like Gmail did. Oh. Do we want to do that on this product too? We could say like for every person that you invite into Omatum, the OmatumBucks system, we'll give you some points for that as well. That'll just be hell. You guys are going to be inviting all your 20 fake accounts. I know you will. Noah is going to spin up like 50 different VPNs. Just start cranking out Gmail accounts. So usually when you do invites, there has to be a triggering event. So it could be like you invite them, but in order for the triggering event to occur, they have to add a payment method or something like that. I'm also curious too on the extension. We haven't done the extension design yet. So there are things I might add to this to further encourage people to watch. So like it might be gamify some of the actions inside of the extension. There's 10 things we want you to do today inside the extension. If you do all 10, boom, another wheel spin. And those things might be like, I don't know, view the list of new content or something, view the list of tweets, view the list of new videos. But it's all got to be taking place inside the extension and not checking activity. I don't want to force people into doing stuff. Okay. I think this is good. So let me start getting some code in place. So we'll just do this big content panel thing. And then inside of that, we'll do a how to group. That sounds horrible for purposes of anything but this. We'll do a group title, group description, and then points schedule, I guess, would be it'd be like a list. And that would say, here's the thing you can do, and this is how many points you can earn. So inside of the list items, we'll probably have 2 spans. We'll class out the left one as the item, and then the right one as the amount. So the item would be called daily spin. We can probably do a little header on this just to title these things out. I'm going to put a little this thing here. All right. So this is where it'll get a little more complicated. We should probably somehow say like, for example, this would be some stuff like help a user, probably like 1 point. Cause I can give you guys this ability to say like, OmatumBucks, thanks at person. We can do that for sure. We can say like, yep, let's just let them get that. Let's say for helping me, it'd be like 10 plus, just totally discretionary. Help me with something huge, I'd say 100 plus. I should probably hit ups that thing. I should probably just make that an A block, make it so you can click out. All right, participating on Discord, we have this awesome Discordy link now, which is omatum.chat, which I think is just awesome. I bought that and I just threw a little redirect on it. Okay, by participating in Discord and helping others, you can earn points. So I would say if something is seen as helpful for us, we would say 50 plus. And I think we'll need 2 of these. We'll need another thing here for like products you can do it on. And we'll just leave this sort of as a thing where I don't have the systems hooked up yet, nor do we really have a product we want anybody messing on right now. Just do this and say, not yet implemented. Not yet. What a class name. So for submitting a bug, I think easily I give you 50 cents for that. For inviting a user, we probably want some nominal amount, but I would say easily 500 points, because that's fairly standard to say, hey, we'll give you a $5 credit. I think we could even go a little bit higher and say 500 to 1,000, depending on the product. And just so we are very clear, an activated user. I think that's good for that list. Let's do one more. This will be our promo group. Promote our content. It's a huge help to spread the word about our new contents. If you do any of these actions, please notify Omatum staff member on our Discord server in the OmatumBucks channel. Perfect. Let me make that OmatumBucks channel real quick. OmatumBucks. Boom. That's easy. Now, this will have a little bit more. We're going to need a platform, an action, and a amount. This would work so much better as a little table. This is a table all day. Let me rewrite it. Just start with the row and we'll get it in from there. Okay, platform and actions. That'd be like Reddit, and the action would be like post a thing, point conversion, and then cap. Okay, so same thing. We just copy paste these in, one per row. All right, so what are the different platforms? I think Reddit is the best one. Without a doubt, Reddit is the best one. So submit a new post. I think we're gonna add one more. So the types of content that we'll cover, and maybe put that right at the end. Right now, we're only gonna be covering one type of post. So it'd be YouTube link. That's it. We don't want you guys to be like, oh, I wanna go promote bug plug somewhere. Again, not yet. Okay, so Reddit, the points cap is 5,000. The conversion is 10 points per upvote. Don't we have that? We do have that little icon. Why don't we use that? Just right off the screen. Because we don't need to see that Sublime. We'll start with that one. Probably want to go back and stick that in all these other places. This is getting real gross real quick. Okay. Did you ever write code and you just start getting disgusted with yourself immediately? It's like, well, I know what I'm doing. It's not the best way to do it, but it's the way it's being done. Okay, Twitter, tweet. That's what it's called there, right? Tweet. A post or a comment. So comments they're harder to gauge, JRev. So we're just saying posts. I mean, we could do that. We could have a second one that, yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. So like if you go on Reddit and you find a relevant comment, right? So it can't be spammy. It can't just be like link. I will give you for a comment 1 point per upvote on a comment. And the cap is going to be maybe a little bit smaller. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, maybe if it's got a lot of upvotes, it's probably, yeah, we'll just say that the cap is still 5,000. Okay, Twitter tweet. So we want to cap this out a little bit smaller, but 1 point per 10 followers. I'm trying to grow that. It's a pain in the ass. You know how you have to grow Twitter? It's crazy. You have to actually use it. You have to get on there and talk to those folks. So that's 1 point per 1,000 followers, 100 followers, with a cap at 1,000. And I'm going to go back and start recoding a little bit of this to be the table. Okay. That's what we ended up with here. Why is this in a thing? That is in like a little box. Is it because we named this thing content panel? Yep. Okay. We're going to call that how-to panel. So there's all our unstyled stuff. Let's start spreading this stuff out. So let's get into some skissy. And let's just nest this stuff as much as we possibly can. So it's really hard for anybody coming after me to read it. I'm going to just start mapping out everything all the way down. Oh, jeez. All right, I'm going to start on the title and we'll just work our way in. Font size, let's try 20 pixels. Not enough. 30 pixels. That's the kind of spicy meatball I want. Now I'm going to do these little links. So the link is going to pop open. Let's put that color to that. We'll try pink. Perfect. I think we'll just put a little link underneath it, we'll restore the underline. That's easy. I'm gonna put some margin on the bottom of the groups. A little bit more. Let's do 80. Let's do 120. That's too much. That's 1200. Oh boy. And I also think that this whole group, we should probably pad in a little bit. All right. Probably a little margin bottom underneath this guy. We can margin top it. I worked with a guy once. This is the worst. Dude was like, everything has to be margined bottom or it all has to be margined top. You can't mix and match. And I'm like, listen here. This is a Wild Wild West. You margin whatever you want to margin. I'm going to margin top and margin bottom this one. I don't know. I get mostly salty because of people, I guess, like that I've encountered in my career where I just want to have that little moment with them of like, nobody cares. Like, nobody is ever going to see it, guy. It's not... No, there's very few people that will look at our code and give us any sort of crap about it. And yet there's still sort of like the person where they'd be like, yeah, but what if they do? Like, nobody cares. And for all intents and purposes, your clients are the same way. I don't care. All right, table header. Okay, div. So that's gonna be a table cell, and then these guys should start paying attention. Oh, there you go. Bingo bango. Okay. Let's make this look pretty. Or prettier. Pretty-ish. Let's put a background color on it. Rigba. Okay. Now for the rows here. I want to do an even odd thing, but I need the header to probably stay that color. For the tables themselves though, I think I want to width these out to 100%. Just so they'll break the page a little bit better. I also want to do some border around it. Border radius rather. We'll go to 5 pixels. Then this is where it gets a little complicated, is how we want to pad it. I'm going to pad this in 10 pixels. Let's see what that looks like. Let's try 15. Okay. Now we need to separate the header from underneath. So I think that might have been a mistake. I'm going to pull that back. I'm going to pad in on the header instead. Or rather the rows. Oh boy. Table rows can't get padding. Welcome to 1999. So how do we have to do that? We'll line height the header to be a little bit taller. Pull it. And then we'll change the table body background color. So we'll move this all the way to white and then make it very lightweight. Because we did this in the other tables. I thought it looked great. So the first one needs to come off the side. The rest of them don't. So we'll have to hit a first of type selector. That's going to say find me the first one and pad it. And you can see this little kind of ugliness right here, right in the corner. We have to overflow none the table, or overflow hidden. And that'll get rid of that little bit of ugliness. Okay. Let's take the table body. These rows, we want them a little bit higher or a little bit taller. Yeah, now it's starting to look really, really nice. This icon right here, we have a second one, but we might just need this same icon. Why don't we just do this exact same icon with white instead of the black? Because right now it's using a black font to do that. Let's take that, change that black to white, save it out. Just once, I'd want Adobe to remember where I saved the last thing that I was working on. Just one time, just once. The $1 billion application. I think we figured $8 billion application here. Who do we need to shame to make this happen? Who do we need to shame? How many people worked on this? These are all the people. Oh, it's just going to keep going. Think about each one of these names as being roughly $200,000 a year. Each one. Guys, I'm just going to throw it out there. Rufus Deckler. I would like a minute of your time. So many people, and it just can't do that thing. Unreal. Just what we deal with, I guess. All right, let's go plug these back in. Give me that new one. There we go. Am I crazy? Is this like that centering right there is vertical alignment? I'm a little worried about that one piece. What I want to see happen is I want that icon to center with the text. Well, what I can do is I can wrap that inside. Flexi boy. Oh, there we go. So that is the Reddit comment. All right, so Reddit comment is right here. So we'd say, hey, Flexi boy. Oh, Flexi boy. We probably want to pull the span off the image because that's not needed anymore. Then we'll do display flex. Oh yeah, that's what we're looking for. It looks like it just dad gave up. It just gave right up. And I would need to align the items first. There we go. That fixed it. Okay. But now we have that centering correctly versus whatever it's doing there. I don't know what it's doing there. Don't need to know what it's doing. Just need to fix it, right? Give it a little margin so it pushes that off. Okay. So now we got to go Flexi Boy everything. Control F. Span. Anytime you see a span and an image, find all, and then replace that with Flexi Boy image. Okay. And now I just have to put another, I need to close out the div a little bit quicker. Oh, and kill that span. Dang it. I'm just going to do that. What do I care? Who is going to look at this code? Me? We're going to generate this all in programmatically later anyways. That's a word that you say you feel smart, man. Programmatic. Programmatic representation and generation of content. There we go. Now, I think for the amounts, since we've been doing the amounts everywhere else in a certain code, let's do that for these two. Sorry, in a certain font. We're doing those in anonymous. All right, let me color these guys now. We'll do every other row a different color. So let's do a background color Rigba. There we go. Nice, very nice. I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. We'll fix this whole thing. Product name URL. Oh boy. So we'll just do another table there for that. Easy. We kind of leave that over there so we know what we want to put there. We could do, I think the other thing that might be smart on this would be a multiplier. So just to leave my note, these are basically notes so I don't have to document later. What about signing up for an unreleased product to help Q&A? Oh, beta sign up? You sign up for one of our apps, right? When you turn your account on, it could, like in the settings for the account, we could then say link your OmatumBucks cash account. And when you do that initial link, boom, points, right? And I think for something like that, that's a quick 100 points. So would you only be redeemable during an alpha beta and we wouldn't have one that's redeemable during release? Or would we also want one that you could get during a release? That would be kind of interesting because you could even have a table here. Oh boy. Oh boy. There's a big check, but we could have a table here saying like you have points that you can get today in the browser extension. For this one, it'd be the same thing. Like you have points that you can get to, if you activate this beta account, you'll get points. If you activate this one, you'll get points. If you do this, you'll get points, right? It wouldn't be under redeem, it'd be on your dashboard just to make sure that this came out formatted. Yeah, let me add that. I would say give them the same 100 for a release account. Can I make the tables a bit more to the right and the title a bit more to the left? Oh, I see what you're saying. Keel, that doesn't always look great. Just to temper expectations. I might pull it back, but sometimes it looks really good. We'll just margin left the title. Just like that, right? Oh, we can do cooler things than this. Oh, we can. What if we did little lines? In my head, this was cooler. I want to get rid of it. You think that font needs to be smaller? I think it's fine, dude. We could make it, what, third? Yeah, you could do that. We'll just leave it. I think it was fine, though. Somebody once told me, like a lot of people say this too, is design's the art of removing stuff until it still works. So we got this wrapped up. Just want to make that clear. This is interesting to me. I don't hate it. It's interesting, and I almost want to go back into it here because this page, it's not great, but it feels good to me. This page just is funky, but we can always just make it better in the future. See you later, guys.